The negotiation team from the U.S. and Iran could return to Islamabad later this week to resume peace talks after the first round ended without breakthrough, according to Reuters. For more on this, we got it here.
Negotiating teams from the United States and Iran could return to Islamabad later this week for a second round of peace talks aimed at halting a six-week conflict that has upended global energy markets, 5 sources familiar with the discussions told Reuters on Tuesday. No firm date has been set, but delegations are keeping Friday through Sunday open as both sides weigh whether to re-engage after weekend negotiations ended without a breakthrough. The talks, held in Pakistan's capital under unprecedented security, represent the highest-level direct U.S.-Iran engagement since the 1979 Islamic Revolution and the first face-to-face meeting between officials from the two countries since the 2015 nuclear deal. The initial round began 4 days after U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 2-week ceasefire on April 8, pausing U.S. and Israeli airstrikes on Iran that began February 28. That ceasefire still has a week to run, but its survival is in doubt after the weekend session failed to produce agreement on key demands from both sides. Vice President J.D. Vance led the U.S. delegation, which included Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. Iran's team was headed by Parliamentary Speaker Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf and included the Foreign Minister, Defense Council Secretary, Central Bank Governor, and several members of Parliament. Preliminary work involved about 100 U.S. advanced personnel and a 70-member Iranian contingent of technical specialists, security officials, and media staff already in Islamabad. According to sources, a proposal has been shared with Washington and Tehran to resend their delegations to resume talks. We have reached out to Iran and we got a positive response that they will be open to a second round of talks, a senior Pakistani government official said. 2 Pakistani sources with knowledge of the negotiations said Islamabad is communicating with both sides about timing and that the meeting would likely take place on the weekend. The weekend session collapsed over several unresolved issues. Iran's continued blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, through which nearly a fifth of the world's oil and gas flows, U.S. demands for an end to all uranium enrichment and the dismantling of major enrichment facilities, and Washington's insistence that Tehran cease funding for Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. Iran, for its part, says talks cannot proceed until the U.S. fulfills prior pledges to unblock Iranian assets and secure a ceasefire in Lebanon, where Israeli strikes on Iran-backed Hezbollah have killed nearly 2,000 people since March.